Welcome back to another video on CGF Motovlogs. In today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 and why it's the best camera for motovlogging. So let's get into the video real quick. First of all, I'd like to mention that this is not a promotion. Insta360 did not send me this camera to make a video on. This camera was kind of gifted to me by my dad, obviously just to show support for the channel and whatnot. And yeah, so one thing that I would mention is I won't be doing an in-detail review because I'm not that much of a tech genius. If you guys want a detailed review on this camera, I'd link a few videos down in the description below. So obviously, first thing first, this camera comes with a 1/1.3 inch 8K sensor and a Leica Sumare lens. It's got a 5nm AI chip and also a Pro imaging chip. I'm guessing the two chips are combined into one. I might be wrong, so please do forgive me. It's got one thing that makes this camera extremely popular is the low light production that you get and the footages that you can get in low light conditions like nighttime and obviously even in the daytime. It's just amazing, and it's got the active HDR with it as well, and it can also film up to 8K footage. But we're not going to be getting into the 8K footage stuff right now because I do not have a PC to edit on. I edit everything on my mobile phone, as you guys might be able to tell. It's got something called flow state stabilization with 360 degrees horizontal lock. What that allows you to do is even on the bumpiest roads, the camera will tend to keep the footage stable, so it's not really shaking while you're going through a bumpy surface. Sometimes it might look a bit off, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. And yeah, one thing I really like about this camera is they've added something called a windbreaker. What that does is basically, on the old cameras or any other camera, like even on your mobile phone, when you're picking up speed, what tends to happen with the mic, it picks up a lot of the wind noise. And with this camera, they've introduced a little feature. It's not too big, but what it does, it cancels out a lot of the wind noise and picks up a lot on your voice if you're using it for motovlogging or action-packed activities. So obviously when I open the box up, obviously I've already opened it up before, but I'm just going to show you guys. It's priced at around £490 for the base packaging. With the base packaging, you get a camera, you also get a single battery, and obviously you got these booklets with the information manual on it, obviously in different languages. I see a lot of Japanese, Chinese writing over here, and you got these cute little stickers as I can see here, and a nice little USB Type-C charging port. And another thing that I really like about this camera is it's got the quick access clip-on for the camera, so you don't really have to toggle about twisting the nuts off. All you gotta do is click it on and then click it off by pressing these two buttons on the side here. So yeah, and obviously here we have something, I think this is for the underwater activities. It's the waterproof mic, obviously cover, something like that. I'm not sure how well it will work, but obviously we'll test it out. Obviously not in this video, when we get a chance to go near clean waters. Obviously you've seen Bangladesh waters, the waters really ain't clean, and I don't want to risk damaging the camera in any way. To test out the camera, I fitted it onto my helmet. We've took it on a day ride, so we're just riding around with the camera on its auto settings. I don't know what mode I put it on. I think it's on 4K 60 FPS for the daytime, and I've turned off stabilization to low because what I kind of caught onto is that once the flow state stabilization is trying to stabilize the footage, it tends to make the footage look a little wobbly, and obviously that kind of ruins the cinematic look. And whereas when you're doing motovlogging, you want to make the viewers feel like they're on the bike with you. So that's why I took stabilization down to the low. I might turn it off. Obviously I'm just going to have to experiment with the camera a lot more. I'm obviously going to compare the different kind of footages with the phone compared to the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 in the daytime. Then obviously the main one, which is the pure video footage, which is the low light footage, nighttime footage. on the obviously Insta360 Ace Pro 2 compared to the iPhone camera. And obviously why I mentioned the iPhone, before I even had the action cam, I used my iPhone as my action cam, and it was a bit of a dodgy one because the way it was clipped onto my helmet, it made me feel a little uncomfortable, because if I was going over a hard bump, the phone would kind of tilt like that, and it would make my whole video look wonky. And the weight on the phone, you can really tell the difference from the phone compared to the camera itself. The camera is pretty light compared to an iPhone. We've got the Ace Pro 2 fitted on. Obviously I've added my Type-C Sunny Life mic onto the setup, so you get a clearer voice input. And right now all the settings are on auto, and I've turned this stabilization completely low. I'm not turning it fully off yet because I've still got a lot of getting used to with this camera. Let me just put the visor down so we can get better audio from my mic. So yeah, and another thing is with this camera you can do 8K, but since 8K takes a lot of data itself, we're gonna be doing it at 4K 60, and plus we want that natural motion blur, so that's the only reason why I've not gone to 120 FPS with the 4K mode on it. And obviously with the setup as it is, it's I don't know what it looks like. I'll only know what it looks like once I'm doing the editing. This camera with its 1/1.3 inch AI chip or lens, or the Leica lens, whatever you call it, it does quite a good job at getting all the specific details in as well. And another thing is very good at is because I put it on action mode, so it's getting that full 157 degrees wide lens effect that you'd want. So it's basically picking up the full handlebar and getting some of my arms in it as well. And yeah, so with this camera, obviously these are all basically raw footages. One thing that I've noticed is, and I've already ordered it, I've ordered these special kind of ND filters. With the ND filters, it's like basically shades for your camera, so it allows less light to come through the lens, giving it more of a cinematic effect, and also it creates a better motion blur effect that you'd get in a proper action-packed video. So for me, like, I think this is an awesome camera. It's got a lot of features that even the people who started the game do not have on their cameras right now, like the GoPro. And obviously it's got this mode on it called pure mode, and from what I know is it delivers a good quality footage in low light conditions. So for example, in the night time, which we're going to get into later on once we talk a bit more about the camera. And yeah man, it does a really good job at it, and it picks up the whole scenery. Like, it's got everything. You can see there's a lot of things you could probably see from the footage that I cannot keep an eye on or focus on because obviously I'm riding the bike. Now I'm on HD 60 with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, obviously in the night time. I mean, the quality isn't so bad, but obviously you can see how it doesn't really pick up a lot of the view like you get in the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. It kind of cuts off a bit of the handlebars and a bit of my arm as well, if you get what I'm saying. But even other than that, the quality is good, it's decent. And I don't know how well it's picking up the low light footage in pitch darkness. The only source of light that the camera's getting is the light that's coming from a motorcycle, but the extra lights that you get off the building or the cars. So yeah. Right, so now we're in the bazaar. Obviously this is a different bazaar compared to the one that we went to last time. And obviously the light situations here are very low. I really want to know how it looks. So now we are on pure video mode, 4K 30 FPS. If I can remember, I think I've got the stabilization on low as well. So obviously you don't get the wobbly effect where the camera's trying to stabilize the footage. And obviously it's a little foggy outside, so it's going to be hard for the camera to pick up properly, obviously around this area. But once we go into the main bit of the bazaar, you'll get a good glimpse of what it's really like in low light conditions. Obviously now we've entered the main bit of the bazaar. You can see how it's lit the whole place up, made it kind of seem like it's daytime, and it obviously looks more brighter than it does with the naked eye, compared to the naked eye, I mean. So if I look around, so obviously if you guys are wondering how I got my mic set up, what I did was, obviously because the camera does not come with a headphone jack or a microphone jack, it has a Type-C port. So what Insta360 offers on the website is they offer this adapter that lets you plug it into the Type-C unit. That way you can plug in your mic, your jacks, anything you want. What I did, because obviously I'm in Bangladesh and the prices that are coming up in Bangladesh for that little piece is quite a lot for a little piece. So what I did was, I've got a Type-C lav mic and it costed about 1,000 tekha for the mic itself, and it does a brilliant job, man. I can't ask for a better microphone than that. Obviously you could see by the footage how it picks up on my voice and it cancels out the outside noise. And another thing I like about this mic is that once you do connect it to some kind of microphone, you can also increase the external mic's audio. Obviously, imagine you're talking but you want the environmental noise to increase. What you could do is go into the settings and you could increase the decibels to a higher decibel rate, and that will allow you to bring in more of the outside environment's noise. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Obviously it's not a very detailed review because I just wanted to show you guys my motovlogging setup for the time being, and I think this has done a really good job, and I'm actually kind of like wowed by this product. because I did not know what to expect. I've always heard of GoPro and DJI, but this, man, I really did my research on this before I obviously told my dad to buy me one of these as a little gift. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and share it with your friends so I can make more content like this for you guys. But anyways, stay safe, and I will catch you guys on the next ride. Peace.